Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to be covering a couple of different ways of how to make your drums lo-fi featuring Ableton Live 10. This is going to be a two-part series, so the first one is going to be covering the super easy way, or actually probably a couple of easy ways in order to get your drums lo-fi. And the second video I will be covering how to make lo-fi drums using Superior Drummer and the internal effects and everything that's inside of that. So if you guys are interested in that, then stay tuned. This video will be up shortly after. But for now, let's talk about how to make your drums lo-fi just using samples. So I have this drum break from BHK Rough Connections, and it just sounds like this. Now that's probably not the best example, but this is just kind of for demonstration purposes. So what we're going to do is play with the warp modes that go into all of this, and then we'll talk about using a couple of plugins in order to make your drums lo-fi. So first off, here's what we got. Yeah, that sounds cool. It's great for drum and bass, but let's go ahead and play with some of these warp modes here. So the host is at 87. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double this, and immediately from playing this from beats into repitch mode, you're going to notice that there is already, you're going to notice that there's a big change already. So let's listen to how that sounds now. So, I mean, just off the bat, you can literally take a drum loop and slow it down in half, and you can kind of get that lower quality lo-fi sound. But to me, that's not really enough. There's still some things that I want to do to it. What I've done next is I added an instance of Crush, which is a bit crusher, and I've used a filter and just a little bit of sample reduction. And if you don't know what a bit crusher is, it's basically just bit reduction. It's a quality lower plugin. It crushes it. Hey. Yeah. So that doesn't really do a whole lot. So if we listen to the before, and then with Crush, it's a very subtle difference. The major thing that you'll notice is that I'm taking some of the highs out, and then it might just sound like a little bit lower quality. It's also helping bring some of the transients out. Speaking of, I'm using a transient master right here to make the attack on the transients a little bit more and then take out some of the sustain. And you'll notice that it will give it a little bit more snap and make it a little bit more tight. So yeah, if you like that, then you can bounce that out to audio. And once you have that, you can right click and go to slice to new MIDI track. And you can do however you want. I already did it here. And I have some slices that are ready to go. So if you notice, these are a little bit more quiet, because if you go here, simpler and sampler usually automatically turn that down all the way. But what you can do is you can type in a value and then right click and go copy value to siblings. Did that work? Yes, that worked. Also, it might help if you throw a limiter on there. That way it will keep it from clipping. And then you can play with the volume, whatever, turn it down. I don't know, the volume editing is kind of weird on this, so just kind of keep that in mind. So yeah, that's method number 1 for how to make really easy lo-fi drums. Method number 2 is using a plugin called Goodhertz Wolf Compressor 3. And what I have here is an instance of Superior Drummer 3. And this is going to be the drum kit that I'm going to be using in our next video here coming up in a second. But everything here is pretty much from the TypePop plugin. The only thing that I've done is take out some of the room to make it even tighter. But basically, if I play this without any other plugins, it's a nice sounding tight drum kit. And then with Wolf Compressor on there, it gives it some, lo-fi qualities. But the problem is that it's already turned down some of the volume, so that's when you go back and then You know what I mean? You can pump it out in the limiter or whatever. And then it sounds a little bit better. So yeah, those are a couple of quick ways that you can make your drums lo-fi. Stick around for the next video if you're interested in learning of how to make your own kit using all this stuff. Let me see, I already have it done, which is right here. Yeah, we'll be covering how to make all of this stuff. But yeah, if you guys like the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and stick around for the next video.